Good day everyone, this is MA16V3 here, and today we're going to do something a little different. I am going to record voiceover in real time over a Mission 12 S Rank guide on Dante Must Die for Devil May Cry 5. This is one of the more notoriously difficult missions to S Rank, and I'm going to show you how I did it and go over my thought process as to why and what I did. So without any further ado, here we go. So on this first section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by trying to do Royal Guard. These guys are actually relatively easy to deal with. Right now my goal is to build up the Royal Gauge to max, as well as build up DT. I'm going to fill up my Sin Devil Trigger gauge for some pretty hardcore quad S action, which maintains style and does massive crab damage. As you can see, I'm not that great at Royal Guard. Oh well. Come on, swing. Swing, batter, 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 batter. Swing, yep, there we go. Ah, dang it. Another thing you're going to start seeing me do is I'm going to be jump canceling mid-air guards, and the reason for that is it helps build Devil Trigger gauge as well, because I don't want to spend my whole day doing this. This is easily the most frustrating thing. Hey, there we go, I'm guarding. It builds a little bit of DT, builds a little bit of style, but I'm really more concerned about building DT. Gotta say, I love the alternate style announcers. Absolutely hilarious. So what I'm doing now is I'm rebuilding my DT gauge so it's full. And now that it's full, I'm going to start healing. Fun fact, you rebuild DT even in Devil Trigger when you do a perfect block. Alright, I'm happy with where I am as far as health. So let's go ahead and just wreck these guys' day. As long as you're like pounding on them with S or higher, you're fine. If you have EX provocation, you can do some pretty cool setups with what are they called? Oh, DSD swords. Also, real impact does massive damage, and it builds massive style points too. So the style points I got 60, 67, that's my average for the level right now. We're gonna skip this fight. All it does is lower your average. You're just not going to be able to get a consistent S rank off that. Also, before most battles, I'm gonna try and have full ignition as well. Because for some of these enemies, like the blueberry here, he can really get in the way. Now, as long as you can keep your average more or less above 5,000, you'll be fine. far as your S rank, I prefer to keep it above 51 if at all humanly possible. However, this means that you've got to be really good about your style. So we're gonna go ahead and do some EX provocation, keep an enemy off screen. This also rebuilds double trigger just like crazy. Alright, with that, we're gonna go ahead and beat the tar out of him. SDD Stinger. So in Quad S, and I believe it's in Devil Trigger in general, moves don't go stale. So as long as you can Quad S, you can keep your triple S by spamming like stingers and shoots and everything like that. So 52-92, we're still doing really good. Shout out to the level design. Everything definitely doesn't look the same. So in this first room, first we need some ignition. Switch to that. We need to kill this guy fairly quick. Alright. Life's good. Shoutouts to camera. Still another Baphomet. Focus on the other guy so I can get some extra style. Got them both. Oh, swing and a miss. Story of my life. And whiff again, because that's how I roll. And dead. So this didn't go exactly as planned. However, I stayed above 5,000, so we're still good. This is still a salvageable run. You really want to pad your average out at the start. Coming up is a staggered double fury fight. What you want to do is you want to start with a royal release. That'll knock him down. Hit him with this. And then do whatever you can to build style. Hopefully you can guard. Hopefully your guard game is up to par. This is the other reason we built up Gauge. This is the only mandatory Fury fight. See that royal release? Boom. Mad style. If I had not done this, I would have gone below 5,000. It's very likely this would not be a passable run. Not impossible, but still very likely I'd have to restart. But I don't. So this room has two of these bat things. I'm gonna kill one. I'm gonna build up some style off him, kill it, and I'm gonna run right into the other room. I'll start with A rank style. And get a little health out of it too. Built a little DT. Carries over to this room. And then I left the other one alive because if I feel like I need to get some DT, I'll come back, it'll respawn. And I can rebuild DP, heal, do whatever I need to do. So Impusa Queen is probably the fight that's gonna reset you the most. Simply because of how she can grab you. However, if she grabs you, that doesn't knock your style back yet. Don't worry about perfect guarding, just guard. Also, hit her with that. She deserves it. Also, if you're using moves that have armor and you take damage, you do not take a style penalty. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Hopefully you have DT. Or Quad S. Alright, we won that fight. $52.89. Not bad. Not bad at all.
When in doubt, smack it. That's our family motto. Yep. Here it comes.
I don't need any orbs. Alright, so this is going to be 2 Baphomets and a nobody. Even though the Baphomets are weaker, you want to kill them first because that ice move that they do is absolutely frustrating. Nobody can really only hit you on the ground. I'm not too worried about like starting off style. It's more important you get rid of them. Hopefully more efficiently than I do. Also, know where you are in your weapon wheel. I didn't. I don't gun switch that much. Feel free to soften him up if you want. Now I'm keeping the other Baphomet off screen, so that really limits what his AI can do. But now it's time to deal with him because nobody's more or less pacified. Rip. Of course, that didn't have the range I thought it did. Ow. Is this Rip Run? Nope, 53.62. So because this is an average, the further in I get, the more stable my score becomes.
Don't want to keep Mr. Demon King waiting. Gotta pick up the pace.
Now, there's still 2 fights left. The first one of those 2 is going to be the most questionable of them all. Like, if there's a part you're going to screw up, it's this one. Because the other one is a couple of rages, I believe they are called. They're the assaults with the metal blades on their back. Quad S is really important. Just build up to it. Like, however you have to do it. Doesn't even matter if you cause them to DT. Also, don't. Pardon me. Also, do not try to whittle down on the Judecca. You're just going to start making him teleport more, which we do not want. Right, here we go. Also, it doesn't matter if we whiff Quad S anymore. Just kill everything. So this does massive damage. It's gonna kill everything. Alright. We are solid. $54.19, not bad. Could be better, but definitely not the worst that could have happened. The little Metal Chaos looking guys. So this is either going to be a fight that builds up a lot of style for you or doesn't help you. Like, this is either the kind of fight you love or, hey, I happen to love this fight. So what you want to do, and I'm going to fail to do, is you want to get them trapped in there and then do EX Prov. But since I'm going to fail, we're just going to do this the old-fashioned way. Yeah, I know, I'm pulling it off. It's not going to work. Fortunately, they almost always take the launch. And these guys are real impact fodder for sure. RIP. And with that, that's all fights done. So I don't have much in the way of DT, but my health is mostly good.
That should be all.
I feel like I can take on Urizen.
It's been a while since I used my brain this much.
Might as well get as many orbs as I can. I'm at 8 million now. Woohoo.
Man, this brings me back.
Now this is a fight that you want to be very comfortable with Royal Guard and Trickster. Fortunately, you're going to start the fight with full SDT, so you don't need to worry about rebuilding that in some other fight. Which is the other reason I didn't go kill that last bat.
Holy shit. Can't believe any of this is still standing.
Alright, here we go. Don't worry about taking damage, just wail on him.
You know what you look like now?
So during this fight, where we're comfortable, we want to start building up Royal Gauge. Because when he DTs, he's not going to take a lot of damage. We're not worried about perfect guards. It's easy to rebuild the DT gauge off this boss. Chicken guarding is your friend. Even though it feels kind of tanky in this one. Real impact's your friend as well. See how much damage that did? You want to be building towards that. Battle's basically just starting. He's less than 2/3. That crystal's a boss fight in and of itself. Now you can chicken guard that, and there's actually a delay between the spike showing up and the actual hit. Kill those Clypoth roots. They either give you, they either drop DT or they drop health. Both of which you're gonna need. The reason I don't go for block there is because of the ground fire that's coming up. The ground explosions. I'll block one or the other, but I'm not going to be able to block both. It's very easy for me to lose control of this fight, so I prefer to just play it safe. Especially with a passing style score. There we go. Alright, see, we've got a full Royal Gauge. So you, the player, will have the choice of either using your Royal Release to blow up the crystal, or you can use it to do massive damage to Urizen before he DTs, or after he DTs. Really up to you, depends on how you approach this fight. If you're really baller, you go for Royal Release on that. Like, not Royal Release, just Release. See, that one had DT, so it was worth the distraction. It's fine to delay your move a little bit. It's more important that you actually connect. Alright, so I see an opportunity to take care of the crystal right now. So we're going to go ahead and do full SDT. Teleport. Rift crystal. So finishing that way is going to make Dante very vulnerable. Get into Trickster, get away from him. So I discharge my royal gauge. Now it's just wail on him. And there we go. Our final score for this fight will be shown in just a second.
All this time, and you...
58-60. Cutscene. Cutscene. And cutscene. So there you have it. S rank for mission 12 on Dante Must Die mode in Devil May Cry 5. These are our breakdowns right here. See, this is why we wanted 5,000. We wanted the 1.2. Brought us up to 7,000. Let's go ahead and look at our breakdown. Very cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this helps. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.